been a kind of weird Tuesday, not gonna lie. Like, I get here this morning, Victor's not here, Jade is leaving to go fix some stuff out and about somewhere, and then, Maddie doesn't show up. There's like two people in the building, Josh and Chantel, right as I get here. I'm like, what's going on? Well, must just be one of those weird days where everyone just takes the day off all at once, which, now I'm here by myself even more so. Peaches needs a pal. That's you tuning into my show right now. I appreciate you doing so. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. It was awesome being at Tag and Go Car Wash, seeing all the great people show up. You might as well go to Tag and Go. They're giving away those free car washes all week long at each location, at any one of the locations in Idaho Falls specifically. So if you're in Pocatello, I would say, drive on up to Idaho Falls, get yourself that free car wash. Well, I don't know. Maybe if you, count up how much money you spend on gas, and maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's better just to pay the money for a regular wash in Pocatello or Blackfoot even. Yeah. Well, anyway, if you're in the Idaho Falls area, you get a free car wash at Tag and Go Car Wash at any one of the locations all week long to celebrate their grand opening. I didn't know about this. I was pleasantly shocked this morning when I saw that Fear Factor is returning. I used to watch this all the time as a kid with the Joe Rogan before he became the infamous podcast host. I think he used to say some sort of phrase where I was very young when I watched this. I would eat grapes, watch it with my dad. I just specifically remember that. It was at my old house, my parents' very first house in Garden Grove, California. I would sit there on the bed and watch Fear Factor. And I would go outside and go on this little tiny brick wall that was about a foot high. It wasn't even a brick wall. It was like a brick railing, a big fat brick railing. And I would pretend to balance on it. And I would pretend I was on Fear Factor. And I would go, stamp fear in the eye or something like that. Something that Joe Rogan would say on the show quite a lot. But the show is returning, not with Joe Rogan, but with, I would say, a great substitute, Johnny Knoxville, out of all people. Set to return on Fox. I don't know that many people that watch cable TV anymore, to be quite honest with you. Everyone's on Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, etc. Oh, I guess, yeah, it's returning. That's awesome. Fear Factor, the next chapter. I guess I'll have to find a way to watch it. Anyway, Peach's Pit Party will be back here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. I would say easily I have one of the coolest jobs in the world. I'm not trying to just brag here. I know you can give me the, oh, good for you, Peaches. There are tough jobs out there. I respect everybody who works those tough jobs. Also, I respect you. I appreciate you big time for tuning in to my show. And no, that's the reason why I'm able to keep my job, is because of the awesome listeners that tune in every single day. But I was looking at this survey here conducted by the website careers.io, ranked the coolest jobs in the nation. Some of those included an animator for Pixar Animation Studios in Emeryville, California. Wouldn't that be awesome to be like, hey, I was the guy that drew WALL-E. I was the guy that drew all the Incredibles characters, all those classic Pixar films that people remember for the rest of their lives. A research scientist for the Hershey Company in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Yeah, you get to deal with chocolate all day. I feel like I would easily be even fatter than I am now if I worked for Hershey. A wildlife biologist for Yellowstone National Park, Yellowstone, Wyoming. That'd be beautiful, right? To go see the national park every single day. I do need to go visit Yellowstone at some point. I haven't done so yet. I feel like the one day I try going, somebody is going to cause a major accident, something like that, and then the whole park has to shut down. What is it like the day that somebody gets gored by a bison? Do they just laugh and then say, okay, let's move on from that? Do they have some big thing on the wall that says days gone since somebody's been gored by one of the fluffy cows? and they have to erase it and go put 0 again once the next victim does. I shouldn't say victim because they're the one who approached the bison. It's not like they're on a trail minding their own business and the bison just rams them. No, they're going out there thinking it's okay to just pet a wild animal. Product development for Ben & Jerry's in Waterbury, Vermont, continuing on here for the coolest jobs on the coolest jobs in the nation survey. Again, I'd be much fatter if I worked for an ice cream company. Flight director for Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. I feel like that'd be pretty odd. Too much. That job would require me to be smart, and that I am not. But pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff there. The 4th of July is approaching. Of course, we have the Idaho Falls Community Hospital Riverfest presented by Idaho Central Credit Union, Tag and Go Car Wash, and Riverbed Media Group happening once again at Snake River Landing in Idaho Falls. My friends will be out here next week. I got to clean my place up, get it all nice and ready. Got to stock my fridge up with drinks, get some snacks ready for them, get the air mattresses for them as well. I mean, they can sleep on the futons. They won't be that comfy, but I mean, an air mattress is like the second best, right? Well, the 4th of July falling on a Friday this year, travel experts expect a record number of Americans to travel for the holiday weekend. According to AAA, more than 72 million Americans are expected to travel 50 miles or more from home between June 28th and July 6th. That's up nearly 2 million from last year. I feel like every single year I read something like this and the numbers get bigger. Road trips will dominate with over 61 million people hitting the highways, the highest number ever recorded for the holiday. Air travel is also soaring with about 6 million expected to fly now. My friend Jose, I believe, was supposed to come onto the trip, but he's then texted us saying that he was too poor to go on the trip, even though that's a complete lie. He just didn't feel like going, I don't think, at the time. And then now he's trying to go again, but the return flight from Idaho Falls to LA is like $480 because, it's the 4th of July weekend. They're wanting to leave Monday, July 7th. Luckily, Matt and Christian got theirs for real cheap. Jose won't be able to make it, I don't think, unless he wants to spend, $1,000 to just leave. That's not even including he already has the flight too, but I don't know. I'm expecting just my friends Matt and Christian to be out here for the 4th of July festivities, as well as all the other adventures we'll go on, like the Twin Falls. I just want to make sure you stay safe this summer. Oh, most importantly, this 4th of July weekend, but also the entire summer, because K-Bear 101 and Brent Gordon Law cares that you are extra cautious out there. Don't text and drive. Buckle up. Follow all road rules. Wasn't it just last week I was talking about a stupid tourist that was going around an art museum and then saw this priceless chair that was covered in Swarovski crystals or something like that, and he decided to sit on the chair even though it had a sign on it that says "Do not sit," and it's even on one of those little pedestals so that you didn't sit on it. But no, tourists be dumb. They think, since they're on vacation, no rules apply to them. I see nothing wrong with what I did. Well, now there's another tourist that has sparked fury in Italy after he damaged a priceless 18th century painting while trying to take a selfie. He just tore right through the painting. He was enjoying this visit to the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. The man decided to try and capture a picture of himself mimicking the pose of, do I even try saying this name? Ferdinando de Medici. There we go. Grand Prince of Tuscany. In a portrait by Anton Domenico Gabbiani. But the visitor's bright idea soon became an embarrassing blunder when he lost his balance, just like the other guy, too. They both look the same. Is it the same guy? Could you imagine No, they didn't. I'm looking at a different picture here. It's not the same guy. No, people are clumsy, man. I can't imagine being that lame to just think of that dumb idea, tear through the painting, and I'm sure this guy didn't regret anything. He just tried to carry along his way, but, there's cameras all throughout art museums. I've been to LACMA, the LA Art Museum. How close was I to tearing through any single painting? 0.0. There was a 0.0% chance of me going through a painting like this. Genius of the day material. Once again, you can hear that every so often on the Victor Wilt Show at 6:45. So congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder winning the NBA championship. They are now the favorites to repeat as NBA champs according to odds makers. The odds are at plus 240 and at BetMGM, followed by the New York Knicks at plus 700. The Cleveland Cavaliers at plus 750, then the Houston Rockets at plus 800. The runner-up Indiana Pacers are at plus 4,000, with those high odds driven by the fact they are likely to be without their star Tyrese Halliburton most of next season. After his Achilles injury, the longest odds are shared by the Washington Wizards and Utah Jazz, which are both plus 100,000. All baseball teams usually hit lengthy losing streaks during the long regular season, but not all teams will credit a graduation speech for helping to snap them out of their funk. After losing 7 of 9 games, the New York Yankees sought inspiration from their former Hall of Fame shortstop Derek Jeter in the commencement speech he gave at the University of Michigan last month. Yankees second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr. said that the speech resonated with the team because he said it before in front of 1,000 people, and he always says it, that you're going to fail. You're always going to fail. You know, it's just how you bounce back or how you cut it off. After watching the speech, the team beat the Orioles to take a series from Baltimore. Washington Commanders owner Josh Harris will get to see the real Jaden Daniels and the football card version at the team's games next season. Harris and Daniels appeared at the Fanatics Fest in New York City, and Fanatics CEO Michael Rubin asked the audience who had the rarest Daniels card during an appearance of the two men. Josh Roth and Jacob Ramos just so happened to have a one-of-one 2024 Daniels Panini Prism card, which they bought earlier this year for $300,000. And they came up to see Harris and Daniels. Rubin then negotiated a $500,000 sale of the card to Harris, who said it would be on display at Northwest Stadium during the 2025 season. That is it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. I was reading this insane story about this hiker over in Greece just minding his own business. Or was it a girl? Hold on. Christos Stavriandis. Did I just cast a spell? Stavriandis. Why is everything levitating in here? Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I can make fun of people's last names because, you know, my last name is Peach, out of all things. But yeah, this hiker was minding his own business when out of nowhere, a bear just knocks him into this nearly 3,000-foot ravine, and he dies. They took him to the hospital. He was declared dead. That's terrible, right? And I'm thinking, like, I do not care for hunting at all. People can do what they want. Of course, it's a free country. I'm not going to be like, hey, you shouldn't hunt. Of course you should if you really want to. Go for it. But it's not my thing. And if I were to ever have a relative, like let's say if it was my sister, go through something like this, I would make it my revenge plan to go to Greece and wipe out their entire bear population. I'd be so mad. This bear, I guess, has been attacking people, I think. Is it the same bear, or has there been multiple bear attacks over in Greece? Let me see here. I wish I read the article even more so. A veteran Greek hiker died Tuesday after falling into a ravine. And let's see here. He was in the forest with another experienced hiker. This is even a crazier name. Demetrius Koroglau. This dude saw his friend die in front of him. That's awful. At that point, you should just retire your friend's gear, put it like on the mantle in your house. Like when I worked at TMZ, Harvey Levin had a business partner that passed away, and they used to go biking together all the time, and his bicycle was up on the wall as sort of a tribute. You know, my friends and I go hiking all the time. We plan to go on some great hiking when they come out here to Idaho. We'll have to have that bear spray on us. There's no way. I'm going to try my best to. I'll try my absolute best to to not fall into a nearly 3,000-foot ravine. So Justin Pierce from 105 The Hawk just stopped by the studio to share with me his Sprite and tea mix that he got from Maverick. I had only seen it available in 12 packs in cans. And I'm like, you know what? I want to try it. I don't want to buy a 12 pack. That's full commitment to a soda. A huge commitment, marriage to a soda is like when you buy that 24 pack of like Mountain Dew or whatever. I've only ever seen the 24 pack available for Mountain Dew or Pepsi. Everything else 12 pack. And I got to stock up on soda for my friends come out. That reminds me. But yeah, he stopped by with this one bottle he got at Maverick of Sprite and tea, the sort of new drink. It's been out for a couple of weeks now, maybe a couple months now, but it's not too bad. There was a lot of people online saying it was gross, overreacting. I just tried it and it was a solid. What did Justin say on the video that me and him just did? 6.5 out of 10. We just uploaded that or I'm going to upload that here pretty soon, actually. I don't know why I just said we just uploaded that. I'll be uploading it here soon on the 105 The Hawk YouTube channel. I might even upload it to the K-Bear YouTube channel as well. Right now, I'm working on a video. I decided to do my own version of Rock Radio DJ One Take reaction and react to this new Benson Boone track. I have talked poorly about him on the air, but so far from what I've seen on this music video, he seems to have a great sense of humor. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, make sure to do so. K-Bear 101 RMG. Now, imagine you're just driving on the road, minding your own business. I mean, sure, you have to pull to the side if you ever have a fire truck or a police car behind you, flashing its sirens and everything, or flashing its lights, sirens blaring and all of that. But imagine you're just driving, and all of a sudden, you see like a giant elephant. Not a real elephant, but just one of those fake statues. Well, there's this thing called the Great Elephant Migration. It's a public art installation. It features 100 life-sized elephant sculptures. It started out in Houston, Texas, was there until April 30th. After Houston, the herd travels to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and also then Browning, Montana, before concluding in Los Angeles. And it looks like, well, coming up, well, it somehow passed us. I didn't even know about it. It just ended like 4 days ago in Jackson. They were at the National Museum of Wildlife Art. I was just in Jackson a couple weeks ago. I would have gone there if I would have known about it. Now I'm learning about it now. Anyway, well, there's always next year, or it says here July 1st through August 1st. I won't be back in Southern California till late August. So I guess I won't see this till next year. If you somehow are going to be going towards Browning, Montana, or if you're streaming us through the K-Bear 101 app from Browning, Montana, or even LA, first of all, appreciate you doing so. But also, go check out they already left Browning, Montana. What am I even talking about? It's June 24th. They ended June 16th. They go from June 16th to July 1st, traveling from Browning, Montana, all the way to Los Angeles. And then they stay in LA for the whole month, July 1st through August 1st. So if you're going to go towards LA, or if you're already there, go see them in a couple of days from now. Well, here's a good question. People who wear hoodies when it's 90 degrees outside, why? Somebody asked this on Ask Reddit. And I personally want to know, too. I used to know tons of people back in middle school, high school, that would just, for some reason, right at the start of the school year when it's, 90 degrees outside, they're wearing a hoodie, they're wearing pants. Meanwhile, I'm soaked in my nice, thin T-shirt. Someone said I had a friend who would excessively sweat and wore a hoodie to hide his visible wet clothing. There was nothing worse in middle school than when we would go to PE, and then you would work up a sweat, and then you wouldn't really want to just shower in the locker room because you just want to go shower in front of everybody. So you just put on your regular clothes, or you do the whole like, hey, I'm going to spray this deodorant all over me, and then go to class. And you would smell like BO and Axe body spray. That was a fun time. I don't think I did the whole deodorant thing. I think I just showed up to class, and I didn't drink water really back then. So I'd be like extremely thirsty, and I would have art class after PE in middle school, and I would specifically ask the teacher every day, can I please just go get some water, please? I put paper towels in my pits under my undershirt. I've been considering using, oh, well, that's a dumb answer. I don't want to talk about that. This guy went on to say something I can't repeat on the air. I used to do it because I was fat and insecure with my body. I'm still fat, but less insecure. Yeah, rock the fat, you know? For me, like, well, I don't have any shorts, really. I have basketball shorts. I think I threw away my old pairs of shorts. Do I have to go back out there and buy other pairs just for me to wear them for the next, 2 months, and then back to colder weather we go? I still didn't get a definite answer for those people who wore hoodies when it was 90 degrees outside. Why? Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. The Idaho Falls Fire Department just posted on Facebook, with the 4th of July just around the corner, we want to remind residents to follow local fireworks laws and use caution to prevent injuries and fires. Safe, insane fireworks may be sold and used within city limits from June 23rd through July 5th. These include ground-based items like fountains and sparklers. Aerial fireworks remain illegal for personal use. Keep water nearby. Supervise children and never try to relight the firework. Be aware of your surroundings and respectful of your neighbors, of course. Let's celebrate safely and responsibly. One mistake can have serious consequences. I talked about it. I'm like, I haven't heard a loud bang in the middle of the night. And sure enough, happened last night. Had my window wide open, had my fan on. Next thing you know, boom. Somebody was lighting fireworks in my neighborhood. That or somebody got shot. You know how I'm on the ghetto side of Idaho Falls. Or at least people around here say that. And then I say, you don't know where I'm from. You don't know the real ghetto. I'm from Southern California, home of Compton, East Long Beach, etc. And I come out here, and this is the ghetto that I'm a part of. My door swung open. And it was open, I would think, all night because it was super cold in my place. Was any of my stuff stolen? Luckily not. Luckily not. If I were to have my door prop open in the middle of the night out of nowhere, easily would have gotten robbed. I parked my car right outside my ex's house, and sure enough, 2 people came by, stole the catalytic converter, and drove off. Yeah. And she wasn't in a bad area either. She was in La Mirada, California. So there's that. Just let's have I don't know how I got to where I am now talking about lighting fireworks safely. Make sure to be responsible this 4th of July. Well, today has been crazy. Usually I get ready for the show during the day, but from 11 to 1, which took up a good majority of my shift, I was doing a live remote broadcast at Tag and Go Car Wash, which, by the way, all the locations in Idaho Falls are doing free car washes this entire week. So if you have that bird poop on your car like how I do, or if you have those dead bugs all over the front, Tag and Go Car Wash is the place to go. All right? It's free. You don't have to sign up for anything. Usually when you see free when it comes to certain things, I'm skeptical about it too. You have to sign up for something. No, not for Tag and Go. You just pull up. They give you the platinum wash for free. You get to experience it. And then if you want to, you can buy the membership from there for the first month being $10, and then it'll go to regular price after that first month, which is a great deal, by the way. I know I plan on taking my car to Tag and Go after I'm done here with the show today, if they're still open, of course. But anyway, yeah, I had my 2-hour broadcast there, and then right as I got back, Justin from 105 The Hawk wanted me to do a video with him on YouTube talking about the Sprite tea mix, and, I also did an 11-minute reaction to Benson Boone's new track, Mr. Electric Blue, which is on the K-Bear YouTube channel, K-Bear 101 RMG. Victor has been talking about how all the brand ambassadors need to put out more video content, so there you go, Victor. I can hear the way to do your job, Peaches, from, where he's at home now, so I can hear him from this studio. Anyway, to Peach their own, I'll try to find a question for the segment. Maybe I might just do a giveaway instead. Maybe. So I saw this pop up earlier today. I meant to talk about it earlier on in the show. At least it's better late than never, right? Over 140 people were allegedly just stabbed with syringes at a French music festival over the weekend. A handful of suspects have been arrested in connection to the incident. According to ABC News, 145 individuals reported being, pinched or pecked during France's Festival of Music on June 21st. This whole event spans across different towns and cities throughout the country. and people reported being, just sort of pecked in several different locations, including Paris, Normandy, etc. Most of the victims didn't have a chance to see who had attacked them, but reported feeling just that little pinch in their arm or back and eventually experienced feelings of dizziness, loss of consciousness, and hot flashes. Some also reported marks and bruises on their bodies. Now, victims were treated earlier or either by medics at the festival or were taken to the hospital where they provided saliva, blood, and urine samples to test for substances. At this time, there have not been any confirmed traces of substances in any of the samples. Luckily, it seems that everyone is okay, but man, that's terrifying to read. And then, if I ever go to a festival, I have a bad feeling I'll just be looking around. There's that one listener that somehow I offended over the course of doing this show, and they're like, I'll show him, grabs a syringe and just tries getting me with whatever's in that thing. The French police luckily have currently have 14 suspects in custody that they believe may have connections to the attack. So I'll keep you posted if anything else pops up from this. Wow, there's just all animal news. I see gator plunge, monkey business, the mongoose is loose. Which one should I go for? Monkey business seems pretty funny. A baby spider monkey wearing a diaper was recently captured after it had been wandering the streets of a San Antonio neighborhood. Animal care services responded to calls from residents who spotted the tiny primate just sitting in the middle of the street. The monkey, estimated to be about 6 months old, was safely captured and was wearing a heavily soiled diaper, is what it says here. The monkey, which is now in the care of a local wildfire sanctuary, had gotten away from its owner, who has been cited for multiple violations, obviously, including keeping a prohibited animal, letting it roam freely, and failing to provide proof of vaccination or microchip. That sounds like a very short, drug-infused music festival. Anyway, that's today's What the Headline, I guess. There's also, why not make this animal news? It's so hot outside that everyone wants to take a dip in the pool. I guess an alligator in Florida, Ponte Vedra Beach. This gator just jumped into a pool. All right, cool. 2 What the Headlines in one day about those animals. I do find it funny when people are just downright ignorant. Like, let's say there's a major show coming to the area, and the show happens. We post photos about it, and then you see those people in the comments going, I didn't know this was coming. Like, how did you not know? Did you just avoid social media altogether? Did you not listen to us? Did you not see the billboards all around town? Do you just drive with tunnel vision? This one lady moved to the village neighboring the Glastonbury Festival, which is one of the biggest music festivals out there. And supposedly, she has never heard of the event, and she was blown away by it. She moved to this place from Ireland with no knowledge of the festival. And she said, music festivals were just not her scene with the alcohol and everything. I just don't care for them. Gross. I mean, I don't drink at all, but go for it. Have fun. It's a music festival. The one time I booked an Airbnb in Boise, I stupidly got one right by where the Boise State football team plays, the giant stadium there. I was so lucky. It was the Saturday night that Wage War was playing at the Revolution Concert House with Throne and Era, and I think there's another band on that lineup as well. Fame on Fire. How could I forget about them? But I stayed at that Airbnb, and luckily enough, there was no football game going on that night. They were having an away game that day. Otherwise, I would have been screwed. And I would have sounded like this lady. Like, I didn't mean to have a place to sleep at right next to a very loud venue. Be that person. I don't like this loud noise. Keep it down. I'm trying to sleep. I did see, luckily, the people who run that Airbnb had earplugs next to the bed, so that was nice of them. That's what this lady should invest in. Some nice, hefty earplugs that block out all sound, and then also sleep with one of those eye masks on to drown out the flashing lights and whatever else that happens, at a music festival. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, aka Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.